the all-new 2025 Toyota 4Runner is just a few months away. But in this video, I want to do something a little bit different. I want to try to answer this question. Should you wait several months till this fall for the new 4Runner, or should you buy the current one? And I want to also hear what you think. So to do this, I'm here at our friends at Mountain States Toyota. Use the link in the description below to check them out. And also, I have a few more new renderings of the new 4Runner from our friends at 4runner6g.com. It's a forum for 4Runner owners. That's where we hang out. That's where we get most of our 4Runner news anyways. So I'm going to show you some renderings of the new 4Runner with different colors and also show you what's available right now. Why am I here? Well, actually, Mountain States Toyota has one of the widest selections of 4Runners. They move a lot of them through here, and I want to show you a couple of them. Obviously, this design is like 14 or 15 years old. It's got a 4-liter V6 under the hood. It's got a 5-speed automatic, but there's a couple of really cool qualities to the 4Runner. Of course, it's 4x4. Let's walk this way. This is an SR5 right here, and this is kind of where it starts on price. And if you see right here, the starting price is about $42,580, and there's some savings. For example, $500 on this one. I'll show you some other savings, about $1,000 off. And there's yet some other incentives, sometimes up to about $1,600 off current 4Runners. So even though the powertrain may be a little bit old, this is still a super cool vehicle. And there's something else really important. These are built in Japan. And the new one will also be built in Japan. But we'll quickly show you the engine. This is a Tier D Pro. And actually, do you see that sticker inside? Tier D Pros and Tier D Off-Road Premiums are still a very hot commodity, and they basically arrive pre-sold, right? They sell very quickly. And this is the oldie but goodie 270 horsepower V6. Yep. So, pretty nice. Let's take a look at this price. Tier D Pro is the most capable, at least right now. $55,170 starting price and $56,000 after destination charges, $56,565. And by the way, Mountain States Toyota, they don't charge over sticker. It's on their website. That's what our buddies here, Hunter and James, also tell me every single time. So that's a really good thing when you're buying a brand new vehicle. So take a quick look inside. I've noticed a lot of the 4Runners currently in stock are of like 3 colors on the exterior: white, black, or like silver gray. But you can order obviously different colors you may like, and hopefully get it. But if you're actually coming over and finding something on the lot, you may not have a lot of color choices. As you can see up there, yes, there's a locking rear differential, crawl control systems. There's a lot of luxury features here as well, including heated seats, really nice steering wheel. It does have, of course, cruise control, and it has a lot of the latest tech as well. They recently updated some of the technology in the 4Runner. What is it, like 2 or 3 years ago? So yeah, let me show you one other one. Let's walk this way. The Limited, you see those kind of larger wheels? That's a 20-inch wheel. And the Limited is also going to be available in the next generation. It's going to look, of course, a bit different. And of course, I'll tell you about the powertrains and the new one in a little bit. But this is kind of a more luxurious version of the 4Runner. Let me check the price. This one is $52,854. So not quite as expensive, not quite as much as the TRD Pro. And of course, it's kind of in the middle-ish of the price range, but it has some chrome. It kind of lets you know that it's got a little bit more luxury in it. By the way, up here there's a radar sensor here in the front. This is what I was talking about when I said they kind of updated some of the tech in the 4Runner. And it's also tried and true, right? So before we answer this question, let me go back to my office. Let me show you the next generation 4Runner, some of the new colors, some of the trim levels from 4runner6g.com, and maybe you can help me out. Would you buy something that's current, or would you buy the next generation? So let's go to the office. Well, there you have it. It's really cool to see all those 4Runners available for sale as we speak. And here's another quick overview here in my office. Yep, you can see all of the 4Runners that this particular dealer has. They have 97 of them in the system, brand new. And you could see some of the dealer discounts that I was mentioning while I was there. And here's Toyota.com. Of course, the new 2025 4Runner pricing is not available yet, but this is the way it lays out right now, starting with the SR5, TRD Sport, SR5 Premium, and on and on and on, all the way to TRD Pro for $55,170 base price. This is for the 2024 current model. But thanks to our friends at 4runner6g.com, we have a preview of what's possible with the next all-new generation of 4Runner. So the team at 4runner6g sent me these renderings. So this is based on the real images that Toyota published, but now I can show you multiple colors and some other trim levels that the forum guys came up with. So for example, the one that you're looking at here is the SR5, which we expect to be the base trim. And you could see kind of the air dam here in the bottom, very similar to the Tacoma, the all-new 2024 Tacoma that's already available on sale. And some are different colors based on the colors in their palette right now, as far as Tacoma colors and some other 4Runner colors as well. So you can kind of get a quick idea of what it might look like, including the wheels. Of course, the chassis is all new for this all-new 2025 4Runner. It's, of course, truck-based, body on frame. The power plants will be different. The base ones will have the non-hybrid version, the 2.4-liter turbo-charged engine with an 8-speed automatic, and still really good power, 278 horsepower, 317 pound-feet of torque, basically the same as the new Tacoma, and 6,000 pounds of towing for the 4Runner. So we know some specs, just not everything. And there will also be the more expensive hybrid as well. So let me show you, before I get there, let me show you what the forum did for the Sport, TRD Sport. So slightly different wheels, slightly different style. We have a couple of views, including the rear view, and you can kind of see that's where the hitch is, the latest style of the new 4Runner that Toyota unveiled. The tailpipe hangs down just a bit. I mentioned it in my previous videos about this. And of course, the spare tire is hidden underneath. And this is what this TRD Sport may look like. TRD Sport in Toyota language is basically a little bit more street-oriented suspension setup. At least that's what they have on the new Tacoma as well. And we anticipate maybe this front air dam will still be here, and it's there for efficiency. And you can see some of the other sensors, including the radar system for the adaptive cruise control, Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. Driver assistance tech will be included on this new 4Runner. So here's just a couple of other colors. By the way, the current palette, as you saw at Mountain States Toyota, is like white, black, and silver, or gray. And that's what most people buy, I guess. And that's what a lot of dealers order, and that's what Toyota sends to their dealers. But I'm hoping that a lot of you out there maybe will custom order your Tacoma or 4Runner or other vehicles, so we can have a little bit more colors in the world, rather than just white, black, and silver. And here are some options once again. We love brighter colors at TFL because we do a lot of video production, and we like colors like this. Really stands out even in this kind of foresty area, as you can see right here in the images. So this is the Sport. Now let me go and take a look at the off-road. Oh yeah, you can kind of see that the wheel flares are blacked out. Let me see if I can get another view for you. Yeah, so something like this. Once again, the colors are rendered, so we don't have all the real images of all these different colors quite yet. But you can kind of see sits a little bit taller, maybe. Different wheel designs, similar like the Tacoma. Wheel arches. It could have the lockable rear differential and also disconnectable front anti-sway bar on certain versions of it. And you can configure it potentially even with the hybrid. On the Tacoma right now for 2024, the hybrid system, of course, produces more power, 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. And there's an electric motor sandwiched between the engine and transmission. And of course, there's the battery there as well. And that costs $3,700 more over just the basic turbo engine that they offer. So the pricing may be similar on the 2025 4Runner as far as upcharge for that hybrid system. But something else on the 4Runner, when you get the hybrid, you get a little bit less cargo space, because if you were to open this rear hatch, and the entry point to the hatch is quite low, which is nice, but there would be a little shelf there where the battery is hiding underneath there for the hybrid. So personally, I'm on the fence about the hybrid, especially in the new 4Runner. Of course, I have to drive it still. Nobody has driven the new 4Runner yet. But unless you spend a lot of time in traffic, stop and go, the hybrid may not be super great option, because you're losing a little bit of cargo space. It costs more. It's a little bit more complex, of course, with electric motor and batteries and such. So this is the off-road. Ooh, look at this. That's a hot yellow. That's really bright. Maybe even a little bit too bright. Yeah, but that's kind of a couple of fun elements. Then let's move on a little bit further. Ooh, this is a little bit more subdued and still really good looking. So let me know what you guys think about some of these images, and also renderings, your future, like what would be your dream 4Runner? Let me know about this. So let me I wanted to show you a little bit more. So for example, the Platinum. Here's some renderings we have about the Platinum. And the Platinum would be the most luxurious 4Runner you can get. So currently they did show us the Limited. It's also a luxurious 4Runner, but the Platinum may take the interior and some of the exterior touches a little bit further. We think it might be kind of this dark. This is what they also do on the Sequoia, where the 20-inch wheels, have this dark finish, and all the emblems are kind of blacked out, including, the roof rails, everything like that, mirror caps. So we think maybe the 4Runner Platinum will be similar. Toyota hasn't shown this yet. So we're basing these images, or the forum at least is basing these images on something we know that exists already. Here's another kind of a dark blue. Ooh, this green is kind of funky. Almost camo in this picture. I kind of like this too. These kind of blues I personally really like. So so this is the Platinum. This is kind of our guesses at what it looks like. And then we have a couple more images about the Pro that they already showed. But how does it look in different colors? Let's quickly take a look at the Pro. Once again, you can kind of tell it's a Pro. Slightly larger tires, so now they're about 33s. Looks kind of similar because it's got similar kind of tier, the off-road vibe to it, but the hood is different. The badging is different. You can kind of see the Pro badge right there on the side. And this kind of takes it to the next level, including the suspension. And yeah, and these will be hybrid only. iForce Max, Toyota calls it. So these will be pricey. Toyota announced prices for the Tacoma Hybrid, TRD Pro, and Trailhunter, and they start between Trailhunter starts at around $64,000, and TRD Pro Tacoma Hybrid starts at around $65,000. Although those are almost fully loaded, you can't add too much more to them. But those are quite high prices for a mid-size truck, and I think a lot of you also commented on this already from our videos, saying, you know, some of these prices are getting crazy. Whether the 4Runner will be about the same, we don't know yet. The pricing hasn't come out once again, but it could be in the mid-60s for some of these fancy versions. It can't go too much higher because that's where the Land Cruiser, the meat of the Land Cruiser pricing is. So Toyota cannot compete with themselves too much, in my opinion, as far as pricing, because they have the Land Cruiser that's coming also this year, which is coming very soon in May. And they also have the GX550. They have a lot of vehicles. Ooh, I love this color option here with kind of traditional heritage style stripes. Ooh, wow, that looks really good. And then also, really quick, the Trailhunter. Let me show you this. I really loved the color it came out in. Let's see, where is this at? It was similar to this, but here's some other options. Trailhunter is a little bit more for rock crawling situation, overland situations. It's got much larger rock rails that are bolted to the frame of the vehicle, not just the kind of the body. And on the Tacoma, Toyota says it can take about half the weight of the vehicle, or gross vehicle weight. So they're very durable. Has a roof rack for, you know, mounting or tying down other gear. Different types of wheels. Also a 33-inch tall tire. Also hybrid only. And yeah, some of these colors can be fun. If I was going for, you know, my dream 4Runner would have been, I think, the Trailhunter. Let's see, in which color? Ooh, maybe in this color. A Trailhunter in this color, but non-hybrid. And I don't know if Toyota will ever offer a version like this, because for now, Trailhunters are all going to be hybrids. But maybe in the future, they'll offer a little bit more choice. So I'm thinking this would be one of my dreams, because it does have that raised air intake. It looks really, really cool, in my opinion. It's got cool style, a lot of capability, also a lot of underbody protection, including the rock sliders, and really great just capability in general, because the wheelbase is around 112 inches. It should be really, really good. I can't wait to drive one. So there you have it. Should you wait until the end of the year, October, November-ish, to buy one of these? Or should you buy a 4Runner current one now? It's up to you now. So thanks for joining me. Check out oldtfl.com for everything automotive in one place. I'll see you next time.